Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching another one of my videos. So today's look is going to be something different. It's not so much of a look as it is learning how to get a flawless foundation as well as concealer. So every look starts with a good base, and that's what you're going to learn how to do today. So if you want to learn more on how to get flawless foundation, keep watching. So in order to ensure a flawless foundation look, you need to make sure that you've taken all the steps necessary to prep your face before putting on makeup. So that means that you always want to wash your face before putting on makeup. I use Devon by Demi sometimes, and other times I'll just use body wash and then put Aveeno on. It's really up to you. If you have oily skin, then I would not recommend putting on a super oily moisturizer, but if you have dry skin, it's always great to prep your face. Either way, I still recommend using primer. Primer is necessary because it keeps your makeup on longer, but there are different primers that do different things. So I have really red skin, and I need to color correct it before I can put on a foundation. Otherwise, the red will show through the foundation. So what I use for that is the MAC Color Correcting Primer, and that has a yellow tint in it, so that means that it's going to even out my skin prior to putting on the foundation. So you want to start by putting your primer all over your face in little lines. So now you want to work this in with your fingers and make sure that it's spread evenly all over your face. Now, in order to prep my entire face, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Hydrating Under Eye Primer. By using an under eye hydrating primer, you eliminate creasing in your concealer, which definitely helps to make your look more pulled together. So I'm just going to take my finger and apply this all over my under eye. Just like a cream, you can just wipe it under. It doesn't need to be applied in any specific way. Now that that's done, I'm moving on to my foundation, and to show how to really get a good foundation look, I'm going to use a full coverage foundation. So I'm using my e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation in the shade Ivory. And I'm going to apply this foundation with a damp beauty blender. I opt for a beauty blender instead of a brush because it gives more of an airbrushed finish, as where I found with my foundation brushes that I've used, they leave lines all over my makeup. Some people use a brush to apply and then a beauty blender just to kind of smooth out the product, but I just skip the brush part. I've used dupes of beauty blenders. I forget the brand name, but you can get them at Ulta and they're orange. I like them, and they're definitely good for the price, but I find that with a beauty blender it retains less water. My old sponge got moldy, so if you really intend on doing your makeup a lot, I do think a beauty blender is a good investment. Otherwise, if you just use it every now and then you can totally get the other sponge. So you just want to apply your foundation all over your face, paying special attention to the parts that are particularly discolored. So for me, my cheeks are incredibly red, so I need to make sure that they're covered. So sometimes that means applying a second layer over the cheeks, but you need to make sure it's blended into the rest of your face. Let's see, like my forehead doesn't require a second layer, so I wouldn't put it there because I don't want my face to get cakey. And as always, you want to blend into your neck so that your face doesn't look like it's cut off and look like it's a mask. Another way to avoid your makeup getting too cakey is, one, don't use very much product and use light product and then build it up if you're not very familiar with makeup. Otherwise, what I do is I exfoliate every other day, and that really takes away the dead skin and makes your skin more smooth. This way, when you're applying a product, it's not built up on top of dead skin, and it just gives you a glowy look. So next, I'm moving on to my concealer. As always, I'm using the Instant Age Rewind by Maybelline in the color Fair Clair. And as I say in all of my videos, you want to make sure that you apply your concealer in a triangle shape under your eye. And the reason that I do this is because you're also highlighting as you're covering up your dark circles. And it also blends into your face nicer than if you were to just, you know, swipe it under your eye. It's kind of evident then that you are using a concealer. You also can apply it to the bridge of your nose, the tip of your nose, a little bit on your forehead, Cupid's bow, and chin, just to highlight the points in your face where light reflects. So I'm going to take my damp beauty blender to work in this part. And then I'm going to use my fingers to work in my under eye. Now I am going to set my under eye to furthermore avoid creasing with my e.l.f. under eye setting powder. I don't know why I use the word furthermore. I guess I meant to take an additional measure to avoid creasing. There we go. English. Okay, so now I'm using my e.l.f. under eye setting powder. The label has worn off, or else I would show you. It's just a box packaging. So yeah. And I'm going to go in with my Kat Von D eyeshadow brush to do that. And when applying this, you want to make sure you pounce as opposed to stroke and rub the product around. So by pouncing, you just kind of make sure it stays in place. But if you stroke with the brush, then you run the risk of leaving lines in your makeup and moving the product where you don't necessarily want it. Now I'm going to set my entire face of makeup with my e.l.f. HD setting powder. And once again, you're going to use the same method that you use to apply your under eye setting powder. So you're just going to take a brush, pat off the excess, and just pounce that all over your face. And this helps your makeup stay on longer, and it'll last throughout the day. Now for the last step, I'm going to use my e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Setting Spray. And I'm going to lightly spray that all over my face, and what this does is it makes sure that your makeup stays in place, and it also sort of absorbs the powder, any excess powder that's on your face. So it's really good to make sure that your makeup isn't cakey. So this is how you get a flawless foundation look. To follow this will be how to contour and highlight, so you can pull the look together yourself. I really wanted to hone in on the base because you won't have a flawless look no matter how nice your eyeshadow is or how perfectly winged your eyeliner is if your base is looking funky. So you need to get things in order before you can do anything else. If you guys have any more requests, feel free to let me know. Oh, and for skincare, I don't really do anything special. As I said, I exfoliate every other day if possible. Sometimes I'll use a skincare line. That's really it. I usually use Aveeno to make sure that my skin is always hydrated, but I never go a day without moisturizing. So just always make sure your face is moisturized and feeling healthy. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to comment and subscribe and share with all your friends. Let me know if you liked it or if I can do anything better. As I said, contouring to follow. So see you guys next Friday. Bye!